a pound for FedEx to ship coffee or anything. But all Kona coffee farmers in Hawaii only pay half price. It's cheaper for me to ship something from Hawaii from a coffee farmer than it is to ship something from Barbados to St. Vincent. So, and if you buy some of the processing equipment, if you buy it from the factory in England, it costs more than to buy it from Hawaii because the government is subsidizing those. And Colombia and all these countries, it's all, you know, there is nothing but concessions, 100%. And for instance, Colombia, you know, it's not the best coffee, although, you know, it's because the Americans are there and they, you know, it's got a lot of promotion saying, oh, Colombian coffee, but there's a lot of places that have a lot higher quality coffee. But
like St. Vincent.
Yeah, St. Vincent. You know, some of the more best-known coffees are, say, Ethiopia and Yemen and Sumatra, and possibly even Jamaica. Well, Brazil, I like Brazil. Brazil is a lower price but high-quality coffee, and they process it a little bit differently, but it's also very good. It's just like Sumatra. They have their own special ways to process it. And the market is so good because you can vary your processing in so many different ways and have different flavors. Like, say, in the Sumatra coffee, is what they do is it's processed and then hung out in bags for many months and let the winds from the ocean go across it, and it imparts a different flavor to it or something.
Okay, well, let's take a look at your equipment, Duke, and how you actually process your coffee. What do we have here?
What this is you take the coffee cherries and you put it in here. This is what they were not doing for the main part in St. Vincent in the past. And it's the beginning of how to have a higher quality coffee. So what you do is you put the beans in here, or the cherries, and then you turn this, and it separates the jackets of the cherries from the bean itself. And then you take these, how do you say it, the beans with mucilage on it. They're very slippery, and you stick that in water and you ferment that for. I ferment mine a little bit longer, and that also, first it brings off the slippery part, and then it also imparts flavor and aroma to the coffee. And that's why mine is different. And some farmer I heard went and was wondering, why does mine have this great aroma? And it's because of this fermentation process.
You're not giving away any secrets here, are you?
No, you can find all this on the internet. That's the good thing of, you know, young people that use the internet. They can become fabulous coffee farmers.
You promote this something for young people coming out of school looking to do something?
Yeah, definitely. You will see the problem is the older people, they are set in their ways on the old way on how they did coffee here, and it's just not going to be the quality. When you want to have the high quality, St. Vincent is a small island. There are small areas to grow coffee. So you have to have a high quality. You don't want to go for quantity. You want to go for the quality. And since it's a small island, it's very possible. You have $300 a pound for coffee from St. Vincent, and the fact that it is a small island and you have a lower quantity is that'll drive the price up. So if you want to have a high quality, high costing product, St. Vincent is the ideal place for that. But it has to be done the right way.
Absolutely. So tell me now, after you put the beans in the water to ferment, what happens then?
Well, what I do is after that I dry them, and sun-dried coffee is a higher quality. That's what they do a lot of time in Africa. But some of the problems in places like Africa and a lot of places like in South America, they stick it on concrete or even in the dirt, and they dry it, and they have people running back and forth with wooden rakes, you know, in big areas, and if it starts to rain, they have plastic or something they put over it, which, you know, is unavoidable. And up here on Green Hill, you know, you're going to have a lot of rain too. So my model for drying the coffee was like the Indonesian coffee. And what they do is they have raised beds, so to speak. And they were using like the feed sacks or flour sacks, and they put the coffee on those. And it's being raised, supposedly some air comes through, but I was thinking there's not enough air. So I went to a department store in St. Vincent and I got burlap, and this is what I use. So I have legs. I have others of these.
You call this burlap?
Yeah.
We call this crocus bag. This is this is crocus bag material. Yeah. So you call it burlap. So what do you do with this, Duke?
Well, I constructed these, and then I have legs on these, and I set it, you know, above the ground like this, and then you put the coffee beans on top of this, and the air comes up, it dries it from the bottom, and the sun will dry it from the top. You don't really have to spend a lot of time turning it and all this, but you have a number of these, and you can pile it somewhat high, so it dries it a lot faster.
That's for how long? Days, weeks?
Well, it depends on the weather. It might be around a week.
Sun all day from 7 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, a week?
Possibly 5 days. It depends if it's good sun, but you know, it would be more ideal if you could grow it on Green Hill and then dry it in Kingstown. It's a lot hotter, and well, actually, that's not true either. I've read a lot of quality coffee growers, and they say that to dry it slowly. And a lot of places have dryers, you know, and they're very big and very expensive, but it's not the quality. It's best in the sun.
Now, you've done something phenomenal. It's been done before, of course. You're not the first, I have to tell you, because people like Erica and other agro-processors, you know, before it was the third world mentality to grow the raw material, and we still do it with bananas, and we ship it out, and somebody processes it and sells it back to us.
Can't do much
No,
with bananas.
but well, sure, you can do chips, you can do banana chips, but you have done this as has Erica and other people. You have processed it here as the raw material, but you've also packaged it and marketed it to some extent, and you sell it. So you do the whole thing. You put the plant in the ground, and you sell the package to the. And I'd like to take a look at your packages there. So this is your package. Now, you did this yourself. Did you have what's involved? You had graphic artists help you with this. You had professionals. How did you do this?
Oh, this was actually an old. It used to be an airline company, but they're not in existence anymore. So this was an old thing on a poster, Visit the Caribbean or something. And
so we're bringing back a little bit of history here, old-time advertising, if you will. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines Gourmet Coffee, 100% Arabica beans. So it's top quality coffee.
Yes, and the best part about it is it's the highest quality of Arabica. There's 2 or 3 varieties that are much higher quality, and we made sure that we got one of the best ones. There's another one from Panama, and somebody found that by accident. It's called Geisha, and that's also very high, but you want to try to avoid even some of the ones in Colombia. They're not quite the high grade of this one. Everybody wants to grow this type. It's called Typica, but they can't, or they have to spray lots of chemicals on them. In St. Vincent, we can do it without the chemicals.
And you don't use chemicals?
No, you don't. That's what is so great. I'm trying other things like guava and things that bugs and things. I don't see the point in really growing when you have to fight with insects and things. And I'm so glad that this coffee, I just don't have to do much of anything. I just have to pull weeds practically. And sometimes, you know, ants will make their little nests, and then they start going, and you have to check things out. Or when the beans are getting too ripe, you know, but you disturb the nest and you knock it around, you can go back the next day and the ants are all gone. So.
And I like I really like your packaging, Duke, and the history on the back. Thank you for purchasing Vincentian coffee. I like the sound of that. St. Vincent in 1725 became the second country in the New World to begin growing coffee. That's fascinating stuff. Along with Haiti and Martinique, St. Vincent became the biggest supplier to the United States before and after the Boston Tea Party. Even until World War II, Vincentian coffee was considered to be among the world's best coffee, and apparently it still is today. The introduction of the banana and the failure to adopt superior quote-unquote processing methods eventually caused the industry to disappear. This coffee is from the best Arabica variety and is processed using superior techniques adopted from traditional methods and modern techniques from other countries, in spite of a lack of most of the equipment. Research, hard labor, long hours, and determination is influencing this to be the beginning of what will again become a leading industry on our small island nation. Nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. I like it. I love it, Duke. I like it. Congratulations. That is fantastic. Fantastic.